One bullet, 20 million dead. This is the story of the war that invented the modern world. World War I, or the First World War, 28th July 1914, 11th November 1918, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict between two coalitions, the Allies, or Entente, and the Central Powers. Fighting took place mainly in Europe and the Middle East, as well as in parts of Africa and the Asia-Pacific. And in Europe was characterized by trench warfare, the widespread use of artillery, machine guns, and chemical weapons, gas, and the introductions of tanks and aircraft. World War I was one of the deadliest conflicts in history, resulting in an estimated 10 million military dead and more than 20 million wounded, plus some 10 million civilian dead from causes including genocide. The movement of large numbers of people was a major factor in the deadly Spanish flu pandemic. The causes of World War I included the rise of Germany and decline of the Ottoman Empire, which disturbed the long-standing balance of power in Europe, and rising economic competition between nations, driven by industrialization and imperialism. Growing tensions between the great powers and in the Balkans reached a breaking point on 28th of June 1914, when Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb, assassinated the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia and declared war on 28th July. After Russia mobilized in Serbia's defense, Germany declared war on Russia and France, who had an alliance. The United Kingdom entered after Germany invaded Belgium, and the Ottomans joined the Central Powers in November. Germany's strategy in 1914 was to quickly defeat France, then transfer its forces to the east, but its advance was halted in September. And by the end of the year, the Western Front consisted of a near-continuous line of trenches from the English Channel to Switzerland. The Eastern Front was more dynamic, but neither side gained a decisive advantage, despite costly offensives. Italy, Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and others joined in from 1915 onward. Major battles, including at Verdun, the Somme, and Passchendaele, failed to break the stalemate on the Western Front. In April 1917, the United States joined the Allies after Germany resumed unrestricted submarine warfare against Atlantic shipping. Later that year, the Bolsheviks seized power in Russia in the October Revolution. Soviet Russia signed an armistice with the Central Powers in December, followed by a separate peace in March 1918. That month, Germany launched a spring offensive in the West, which, despite initial successes, left the German army exhausted and demoralized. The Allied Hundred Days Offensive, beginning in August 1918, caused a collapse of the German front line. Following the Verdun offensive, Bulgaria signed an armistice in late September. By early November, the Ottoman Empire and Austria-Hungary had each signed armistices with the Allies, leaving Germany isolated. Facing a revolution at home, Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicated on the 9th of November, and the war ended with the armistice of the 11th of November, 1918. By 1918, the world was unrecognizable. Empires had vanished, maps were redrawn, and the seeds of an even deadlier war were planted. The Paris Peace Conference of 1919 to 1920 imposed settlements on the defeated powers, most notably the Treaty of Versailles, by which Germany lost significant territories, was disarmed, and was required to pay large war reparations to the Allies. The dissolution of the Russian, German, Austro-Hungarian, and Ottoman empires redrew national boundaries and resulted in the creation of new independent states, including Poland, Finland, the Baltic states, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia. The League of Nations was established to maintain world peace, but its failure to manage instability during the interwar period contributed to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. World War I wasn't just history, it was the birth of our modern world. From the Middle East borders we struggle with today, to the technology in your smartphone, it all traces back to these 4 bloody years. If you want to understand why our world looks the way it does, hit like, subscribe, and let us know which war we should cover next.